state of the art.
What's going on, everybody? This is your boy Triple Six coming at you with another comic book related video. So yeah, man, we just gonna get right into this. I've been saying for a while that I'd had some Mark Spears books, and I'm finally getting around to wanting to show these. I also have some magazines with some dope covers that I want to show, as well as something that I want to talk about in one particular magazine. But anyway, I'd said a while ago that, I missed the Mark Spears train. I just wasn't feeling it. And I kept listening to people talk about it. And the one thing that they kept saying was that the covers are phenomenal, but the story is outstanding. So finally, your boy just finally decided to pick one up and give it a read. Oh, and there were a couple of covers that I liked that I did buy, that I bought strictly for the cover a little later in the run. Like I said, I missed the first issues, the first couple of covers. But when I opened it up, man, I started reading it. I was like, wow. Okay, yeah, I get it. When they say Mark Spears is one of us, that one of us. One of us. Yeah, man, he is definitely one of us when it comes to thinking about my childhood and the things that I enjoyed watching as a kid. From the monster movies to martial arts, spy movies, sci-fi. It's like he took all those different genres and wrapped them up in this one title. And when I got it, I was like, wow, yeah, this is all right. Okay, Mark Spears, Mr. Spears, I get you. I'm gonna go ahead and start picking you up. I like what you're doing. And as a matter of fact, I think I heard somebody saying one of the shows. I think this might be, he might have got picked up. He actually might have got optioned. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything, but it can mean something. And if they do it right, who knows? Anyway, let's get into this, man. So like I said, I'm gonna start off with a bunch of Mark Spears books that I got. Once I started understanding and reading it, I went back and just started picking up whatever I could find. Anyway, this is Mark Spears Monsters, issue number 1. I want to say this is like the second, fourth, fifth print. Anyway, I think it's like the second or fourth print. I also went back and found the third print for issue number 1. I found the fourth print. I also picked up issue number 2. Issue 3. Found a couple of these Frankenstein covers. So that was a nice little pickup. This is also issue 3. Oh, and in case you didn't catch it, these are out of Keenspot. He had actually done, before he got picked up by Keenspot, if you'd never heard this story, I guess he couldn't get nobody to pick him up. And so he decided to do a Kickstarter. And I think his early Kickstarter, very few people bought in on that. So some of those covers are really scarce, rare, and highly collectible. They go for quite a bit. Even his early issue 1s, first prints, cover A's, the Bride, then the regular cover A. Those command quite a bit on the secondary market. Who knows how long that train goes last? Who knows how long that train is gonna last? But right now, man, these books are doing their thing. Also found this. This is issue 3. This is either a second or third print. I think this is a first print, issue number 3. This was one that I bought for obvious reasons. Just a dope cover, Dracula with his brides. This is like probably a cover B. Then I picked up issue number 4. A couple of issue number 4s, obviously, with the witch. I think this is the variant for issue number 4. I also picked up issue 5. This is either cover A or B. And this is cover A, cover B. And then they came out with this variant. It was a bagged, polybagged variant. Issue number 5 that also came with a card. And then I ran across these. We've got, this was early Mark Spears. This is Svengoolie, 45th anniversary, where you've got Svengoolie in between Mark Spears monsters. So got a couple of those. So that was a nice little pickup. Let me grab my next stack. So then, like I said, I just started looking for some Mark Spears stuff, whatever was in the bins and the long boxes. So I got Return of the Living Dead, issue number 1. Found 2 copies of that. Issue number 2. And issue number 3. Also didn't realize, but I knew Mark had done some Spawn. He had done Rat City Spawn, issue number 4. So, brother found a couple of those. Also, Spawn 340, Mark Spears. Might have shown these back in the day. King Spawn, issue number 20. Like I said, these were just in the long boxes at my LCS. Also found Gunslinger Spawn, issue number 18. And then, of course, I'm reading Deadly Tales of Gunslinger. That's issue number 2. And I picked up a couple of variants for the Thundercats. This was, what is this, issue number 12? Anyway, Mark Spears, as well as a foil. Brother got him one of those Silverhawks, issue number 1. That's a little hard to see. That doesn't show up too bad. It's just a fun little cover, Mark Spears. Vampirella, issue number 3. or Legacy 678. Just a dope Mark Spears. And of course, I got that foil. I got some other regular trades as well, but those are somewhere else. But you get what they look like, obviously. And then that Absolute Batman, issue number 1. That's like, we're like on the 8th print. I believe that's like the 8th print. This is like the 4th print for Absolute Superman, issue number 1. And I want to say this is the 4th print for Absolute Wonder Woman, issue number 1. I want to say it's the 4th print. Could be the 9th, 3rd, and 4th, but no, I'm pretty sure Batman is like on the 8th. I didn't realize Wonder Woman number 1 had that many. Wow. Anyway, just some nice little pickups. I'm reading the Absolute Universe. I like it. Enjoying that a lot. Like I told you guys before, I like that Elseworlds type stories. Anyway, I don't know why they decided to come out with this, but they came out with another cover recently for issue number 2, Mark Spears, The Werewolf. Just a dope little cover. And then issue 6 just recently dropped, so I'm looking forward to reading this. We've got the first appearance of the Gold Man, the Man in Gold. I don't know what he's called. Anyway, brother picked him up 2 of those. Couple. Well, they liked what he did so much, and I guess the collab was so good that they decided to feature a Mark Spears characters on a Vampirella, and Vampirella on a Mark Spears. So we've got Vampirella Armageddon, issue number 1, the Mark Spears. I got a couple of these, but I was only able to find one of the covers. But like I said, then he also was able to put Vampirella on his Mark Spears Monsters. So that was kind of dope. It's a nice little collab. I'm not sure she's in the story and if his monsters are in Vampirella. So I got to read that to see what's going on. But just dope little collab. Got to give it to Mark Spears. He does Vampirella right. You guys know I like vampy covers. And that's a beautiful cover. Needless to say, brother picked up a few. I got a few of those, as well as I had to get that green virgin foil. Just a really nice looking cover, man. Had to get it. So, that was just my few little Mark Spears pickups that I've gotten over the last few months. So let's get into these magazines. That's it for the Mark Spears. Let me get these out of the way. So these first 2, I don't know if we can necessarily call them magazines. I think this first is like a illustration, just art book. This is by Sabine Rich. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Wrench. Anyway, I just thought this was a beautiful book. This is limited to 100. This is Sirens of Art, Volume 1, just showcasing Sabine Rich. Jeez. Sabine Rich. And you guys know here lately, I've been picking up some of her artwork, some of her covers. Needless to say, my next haul video, I believe it's my next haul video, picked up a couple more, so look forward to that. Speaking of another like illustration book where they're just showing different artwork, different cover ideas, I want to say that he worked out. I don't know if any of these ever actually showed up on a cover, but the more I started looking at this guy, he does some phenomenal work as well. Check this out. This is Fever Pitch number 2. This is just some dope artwork from Elias Chetzoudis. Just this guy is really good as well, man. So like I said, I want to show that. So like I said, we can't really consider these magazines, but magazine size. So I just want to throw these on here to show you right quick. So at first, I thought this was a dope little magazine. This is the Maniac Shopper horror collection of the Bazaar of video and magazine reviews. So basically, you know, some stuff from like the 70s, looks like 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, just showcasing some horror classics. Anyway, I just like this cover. Thought it was a dope design. Oh, speaking of dope, so at not this last dealer show, but the one before that. Like I said, I've got books going that far back. Stuff. I got so much stuff to show. Anyway, I was going through his magazine box, and at first I saw this, and I was like, eh. But as I kept digging, I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and get these. Check this out. This is Fever Pitch, issue number 5. This came out in 1982. He's got on here, the artist is Brad Foster. So these don't go for anything. You can pick these up relatively cheap. Like I said, I just thought the cover was striking, so I had to get it, as well as issue number 6. Look at those pencils, man. Gotta like the fine lines, the detailed work on the hair, the shading around her forehead. Just beautiful, beautiful work. And the cat looks spectacular. Then we've got Fever Pitch, issue number 7. And this cover is what sold me on just go ahead and picking them all up. I just thought this was a dope, dope cover. And this is one that was in color. I don't like it as much as the other ones, but like I said, he had 4 of them, so I picked it up. We had Fever Pitch, issue number 8. I don't know, the color's not as good as the black and whites, but needless to say, this is my favorite out of all of them, and I do like that as well. That looks like an album cover right there, doesn't it? So does this. This looks like something you would have seen on an album cover from like the 1970s. I picked up a nice little run of movie magazines. So check this out. We've got Sirens of Cinema. This is volume 2, issue number 1. I also picked up issue number 2. Issue 3. Just some dope artwork. Issue 4. Issue 5. And you'll see in a minute why I fell down this little rabbit hole on Sirens of Cinema, because, you know, once you run across one thing and you start digging in, then next thing you know, you want to try and complete a little set, you know, try and see what else you can find and get them all. Also got issue number 8. Dementia, the day the insane took over the asylum. That's a dope cover, though. When you look at that artwork, that's fantastic. I could see that on a horror comic now, today. It's really good. We got Sirens of Cinema, issue number 7. Like I said, man, this is just some fantastic artwork. This is from Okamoto. just beautiful, man. Is this 2007? Like I said, once I started going down this little rabbit hole and I was looking at these and I just started getting them, man. Issue number 8. We got issue number 9, Jusko. Joe Jusko art? Nice. Issue number 10. Just dope. Oh, speaking of fantastic, look at this. Issue number 11. We say goodbye to Vampira. That is spectacular artwork. You can see that on a cover today. That's how good that looks. Issue number 12. And the whole reason why I wanted to pick these up, check this out. Issue number 13. Dave Stephen goodness. Just some dope covers. Of course, this Dave Stevens is fantastic, but as I started looking at these, there was just some fantastic artwork on the rest of these. So, you know, you never know what you're going to get into, man. So, needless to say, brother had to get them. Let me grab my final stack. This is going to be a quick little haul. So you'll see why in a minute that I picked these up. But I was on My Comic Shop, and you know, every now and then you can see they will mark down books, so you can pick them up for a great deal, great price. So they had this marked down to like $2 or $3. But check this out. This is Mutiny Magazine, issue number 1, the cover C. Dope cover. Brother picked up 2 of these, as well as issue number 2, cover A. You know, that Kill Bill homage. Like I said, apparently that seems to be my thing, so that's what the brother's picking up. And I got 2 of these. And then we've got Mutiny, issue number 3. This is by Marcus Williams. I've shown some of his books before. Just dope pickup. And like I said, I got these for like $2 or $3 a piece. I think this thing had like a $8.99 cover price or something. But just some nice little pickups. And the reason why I went back to see what else Mutiny had to offer is because I'd been following this ever since I first learned of this cover. And your boy finally got it. And after I got it, like I said, I went and did some backtracking to see what else I might like. And I picked those covers up. But the cover that first turned me on to this Mutiny magazine was this. Check it out. We got Mutiny Magazine, issue 0. The J. Scott Campbell. This came out in 2021. Man, that almost seems like a lifetime ago. We're in 2025. It took me a minute to get this because people are not, they're not letting this go for cheap. You know, this cost you a little bit, but brother was finally able to get him one. Just a dope J. Scott Campbell. And for the final magazine that I want to show, I just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention. Check this out. This is Cool Stuff Magazine. This came out in the summer/fall of 1995. If you're looking at that cover, you might recognize that art on there. That's Bruce Timm cover art. Obviously, it says exclusive profile of the Batman, the animated series from the creator, Bruce Timm. Anyway, it took me a minute to run this down. And the reason I wanted to get this is because it also showcases some never before seen artwork from Bruce Timm. If he was to take and repurpose this art and put it on a cover, there's no doubt in my mind it would blow up, and it would go for big money, you know, because right now Bruce Timm, everything he's putting out, he's the man. People are going after his older stuff. But anyway, let me show you some of the things that are in here. So like I said, Cool Stuff Magazine, 1995. So check it out. Bruce Timm kicks butt. Interview by Gary Lovisi. And I'm wondering, is that the dude that is the owner of Griffin Publications? If you guys remember, a couple of hauls ago, I had shown you some books from Griffin Publications. He was actually the guy that was responsible for Bruce Timm's first cover work. Look at that. Look at that. You got Bruce Timm down there. I think he was like 19, 20 in this photo, 1992. I think they said that this was one of his favorite artists, Robert McGuire. Look at that. And I don't think any of these have ever appeared on a cover before. Look at that. Just outstanding, outstanding. So if you run across this magazine, it might be worth it to pick it up. I haven't really seen anybody talking about this. Like I said, it was hard for me to run down an image. But when I finally did, then it was just a matter of time, tracking, till it finally popped up, and brother was able to get a hold of it. Cool Stuff Magazine, issue number 1. You know, like I said, it's got a little bit of an issue right here, a dog ear, but like I said, this is tough to run down. But needless to say, if you see this, you might want to pick it up. And of course, you know your boy, you know how I do. Not only do I have one, I've got 2 copies of that. Just nice little pickup. So, with that, like I said, this was just another little quick video that I wanted to do. I told you guys I'm going to be throwing these out along with my regular haul videos. So with that, you know what time it is. This is your boy, 666. Until next time, I'm out.